Whoa. Ray Sremmurd just flopped. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no oh, they didn't get promo or whatever. I saw some notifications on Reddit and Twitter where people were getting emails about the Ray Sremmurd album. It's just nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. They waited too long to release an album. How long has it been? I remember they were hot in like 2016. Hottest thing on earth, actually. They had the Black Beatles song, among others. They had a bunch of club bangers, but I guess we're just not in that time period anymore because COVID hit, pandemic, and so hopefully the video doesn't get demonetized or flagged or depressed, let's say, because I just said that. Maybe we'll blank it out. And people just aren't going to clubs anymore, so they don't really mess with this type of music. But the thing is, we listened to this album on stream, and it was just garbage. It was straight trash. Like, they had a Future song on there, which was all right. Young Thug did his thing, okay. But like the Royal Flush, like the chorus didn't even rhyme. They just lost their sauce. Slim Jimmy actually wasn't bad. Slim Jimmy got some energy in his raps, but Sway Lee, I just think that formula of him being on the chorus, he has a simplistic nature that worked at one point, or maybe it works with other artists where you can kind of create a combination of many different sounds. But when you have, how many tracks was this? 14 tracks. It just gets old, man. It's the same thing over and over, super slow. I just don't think this is the sound anymore. Plus, their beat selection was just not it. I don't know who is picking this. I know they're signed to like Mike Will Made It, or I think that's the label they're signed to, Eardrummer Records, which is Mike Will Made It. But it just sounded like we were back in 2014. Again, the Future song was all right. What was the other one? YMCA. The other ones, I was just trying to give it to him. Like, okay, you got an okay song. But just for the people who don't know, they ended up selling 18K copies first week, bro. They went back underground. Yeet and Lucky, among others, are selling more. I heard Lewis tell me Destroy Lonely gonna surpass them. I hope Destroy Lonely sells more than them first week, because that would just show. Because we already got Lucky, who outsold them with his last project. I think it was like 21K. No hate on Lucky, but I'm just saying there's a difference in how much they got behind them, how much push. Now, Ray Sremmurd, I think they had a couple songs, if not one song, when we checked it, when we were reacting to it live, that was actually on Rap Caviar. So don't tell me that they did not get any push. Look, Mississippi Slide. It's just nobody liked the song. They're just washed. It's the same thing as The Baby. When people were telling me that he was just blackballed because of all of the, what was it, like homophobic remarks, which definitely was uncalled for. I'm not going to lie, especially because you got fans in the crowd who probably do play for the other team, so you're just alienating them for no reason, like they were your fan. But regardless, DaBaby was not blackballed. He was on all the Apple Music playlists. He was on the cover of Rap Caviar as well that week, or whatever it was. He was included in all of the industry pushed mediums. Same thing with Ray Sremmurd. It's just, again, nobody cares. There's only so much gasoline you can pour on a fire. If there's no spark, it's just not going to, it's not going to flame up. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Ray Sremmurd dropped Flop for life. We're in a different era now. You got to pick different beats. You got to stay in the eyes of the audience constantly. If you go away for 5 years, I don't care if you broke up like your group, you got to drop at least like once a year, unless you're a Cardi or Drake or somebody who has substantial influence in the music industry, where no matter what, or like Kanye, where no matter what, they're going to tune into your music. But if you're kind of like even just the second tier down, you still got to stay in people's eyes, or they're going to forget about you. In the age of social media, when new TikTok stars are blowing up literally left and right every single day, there's some artists that we got a promotion for. It was like, this person passed all these artists' monthly listeners on Spotify within a week off of one TikTok song. I'm like, are y'all really running this campaign right now? it's a little bit too soon. The fans gonna know. But off of one song, they're already relevant. TikTok is all too powerful at this point. And if you're not, I mean, they had almost Ray Sremmurd. There's always those memes that if TikTok was alive or existed back when they were popping, they would run it, and they would. And they ran it on like Instagram and radio and like the YouTube skits, the Black Beatles or whatever meme they had. I can't remember what it was called, but here we are, and they're making the same type of music, and it's not working. So obviously, just the music isn't good, and that's why they flopped. Although I do have to admit that Srem Life or Ray Sremmurd never really sold too much in the first place, but we all do know their hit records like Big, No Flags Zone, This Could Be Us But You Playing, Come Get Her, Up Like Trump, Throw Some More. Oh my God, they have so many bangers back in the day, featuring Jace. That's funny. Which Jace? But as I was saying, so the original Srem Life, which was their debut album, debuted at number 5 with 49,000 equivalent album units its first week. Srem Life 2 actually only sold 27,000 copies, so it went down from their first. Their third, though, ended up selling like 57, and some blogs, others said 61,000. So they did do some pretty good numbers in their heyday, although they never got to like the top of the game with like say 100K, the big dog status. But it also could have been like manipulation, as in playlisting, although they had bangers too that probably carried a lot of the sales for their first week, because a lot of them were singles, I believe, released before the album. And when did Srem Life 3 release? 2018. So it's actually been around 6 years since they last dropped, and they went from 61 or 57,000 to 18,000, which is, I want to say, less than like a third of the sales. And of course, it's harder nowadays to sell in your first week because streaming, Billboard has definitely cracked down on merch bundles, which is the easiest way to get sales. If you just, sell a t-shirt or hoodie or a vinyl. I know NF just sold over 100K, and like 75K were merch bundles or vinyls. I feel like vinyls is actually a good indicator of how many fans you have, and it counts as one sale as opposed to streams. You have to get like 1250 or 1500 just to calculate or just to count as one album. But I don't think Ray Sremmurd is getting all too many merch bundles anyway, so that could have been a finesse. They're more suited for streaming anyway, just because they have big records that are on radio, or at least they did back in the day. But regardless, I think they're done for. I mean, I know Sway Lee is coveted as one of the best hook makers in the game, but I haven't really seen many people work with him in the past few years. I just don't know if that formula works anymore. Even for big pop records, like people like rappers with actual fan bases, or at least I don't remember last time. Now it makes sense that the radio isn't as popular. It's all really playlisting or just social media marketing on TikTok. You have to have big songs on your own. You can't just plug and play on radio anymore. Unless, they are probably marketing to older heads, but for the kids to actually get the streams, TikTok controls the game. And I didn't see any TikTok records from this past album, which is their downfall, which is something that they had down pat at the very beginning of their career.